them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day. Chukwuabiama believe we're whiter than white and whiter than snow. Oh, is there any way that we have sinned?
Think about your life before you enter the story. Ndibutu inusi, agwawati matianodi, eburisi yana tesu, tuli ebebu makwe.
Anamamako kwa mmiri maka ozuzo ya sabotu asinine asimonu wepu aka enwe n'ofe maka na ọghọkwa n'aka mmadụ. Ndị Igbo tụrụ ilu si agụwa ntị ma ntị anụrọ ebuli isi ya na ntị esoro. You're highly welcome, my wonderful people of Biafra and lovers of freedom, as we proceed with this very wonderful piece of music from a young Biafran brother.
Think about your life before you enter the story. Ndibutu inusi, agwawati matianodi, eburisi yana tesu, tuli ebebu makwe. Makanu panu boko, opa tichiria, abona bosondo, ona yeku chikona kana. Asi mabura kuno mare, ya buru miyaru, namogara pala namu, sorondi bozo. Obado maketo, money is not everything. Let's fight for our freedom. For our freedom is right. Papa Mobaram si, Nabia Frabalamu, Iabuna Nene, Kambu Parayano. Makano Jife Wata Winyakaye, Akalobe Yilo Nesia, Oye Wife Waparanifea, Nkabu Paruko. Biafra is my land. Biafra, and we must go back to our land. And if the Kwano took us to fail. If I would get married 4 years ago, Gonna talk in mayor, Bongo Lodira Kahana. Mano, yes, no, Bugama, West in Otoro, Nigeria. Yabigo Solo Gausa, Gausa, Kano, Zero, Waniba. Makano, Gausa, as a good governor he is. Not that the Tapanga was so fun. Good governor he is.
You're highly welcome, wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world. I welcome you to this very all-important broadcast this very evening. Today's date is 10th of 6th, of course, June 2025. And we are live and direct. And I want to assure you that Chukwu Abiyama Bineligwe is bearing us witness. As you can see, it is very, very important that we come to do the needful this very evening. And the time right now is exactly 4 minutes past 7 p.m. in the land of Chukwokika Biama. Wherever you are joining me from, it is 4 minutes top of the hour, irrespective of your time zone. So we are live and direct. And of course, I welcome every one of you once again. I can see your comments in the comment section. Please, once you are here, endeavor to welcome others that we may proceed on this very all-important broadcast. I welcome every one of you. I can see your names in the comment section. This is your live presentation. As you can see by the title that says, let me try and bring the title on the screen. Very, very important, because that is what we will be treating this very evening. We all know that our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, goes to court tomorrow. Today is 10th of June. 10th of June, 2025, and the Prime Minister of Biafra goes to court tomorrow. Very, very important that we do what we are doing this evening. Please endeavor to share and welcome others to join us live and direct. All right. Breaking: PM Simon Ekpa goes to court tomorrow in Biafra versus Nigeria case in Finland. So, as matter of fact, the Prime Minister of BLGIE is not actually the one going to court. The person who is going to court is Biafra. Biafra versus Nigeria. So anytime you see Mazi Simon Ekpa goes to court, he's not actually the one in court, because he has every right and whatever it takes, of course, to say, I no do again. And nobody go, you can't do anything to him. But when he's there, he represents Biafra. He represents all of us. The moment he appears in the court of Finland, what you see is Biafra. And again, the same thing applies to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. All of us. Once you see him in court in the zoo in Abuja, you see Biafra, because he represents all of us. He has all it takes to say, I know they do again. One hand, pam, Tinubu will just call the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi. Fagbemi will call James Omotosho. Not even Tinubu will call Fagbemi. Fagbemi is the one that will call Tinubu, because Fagbemi will first of all get the news. It's going to come from DSS to Fagbemi. Then Fagbemi will phone Tinubu. Tinubu will give straight order. And the order will return to Fagbemi, and Fagbemi will call Omotosho. Omotosho will terminate the case. One hand. And then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be paid a huge amount of compensation, just as the same way Ralph Wazirike was paid off. And today, Ralph Wazirike is living here. He's here. Nobody's doing anything to him. Nobody is doing anything to him. He's been here since 2005. He's been on Igbo till today. That is 20 good years on here. And we here. So if Mazinam the Kanu decide tomorrow, so whenever you see him in the court, he's not the one. He's representing all of us. He's representing Biafra. Biafra is the one in court. As he's there in the dungeon, Biafra is the one in the dungeon. As Simon Ekpa is in dungeon, Biafra is the one in the dungeon. And let me say this before we proceed. This very word that I'm about to say now is going to be very, very significant, and I want all of you to mark it somewhere. That the release of Mazi Simon Ekpa, mark it somewhere, mark ya, because okwu anchori ikwu now, okwu adi omimi, okwu nchori ikwu now, di nnukute omimi. Mark it somewhere. That the release of Mazi Simon Ekpa is not only going to, the word I'm going to use. It's not only going to push, or is it the push, or which word am I going to use? Nachokunge use there. It's not going to cause the immediate release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone. It's not going to, push the zoo to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone. Not only that, but it's going to bring the process of negotiation for the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. The process is going to, is going to bring the immediate, negotiation for the freedom of the United States of Biafra. Yes, that is our name, United States of our Biafra. We all agreed together to bear that name. That is who we are. Ask me why. I will explain to you. Ask me why from where you are. Ask me why in the comment section. I will explain that to you. Even because I'm very sure my explanation will be different from what you're thinking already. Ask me why in the comment section. I will give you the explanation. That the release of Mazi Simon Ekpa is going to fast track the negotiation for the freedom of the independent state of Biafra. Is going to make it as fast as possible. Do you know why? Remember, I have told you that it's not only going to push or fast track the immediate release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Not only that, but it will also fast track the negotiation. It will open the way for the negotiation for the, exit of Biafra from the zoo. You get why I say so? And I'm going to break it down to you. Number one, the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, knows very well that their terrorism against the Biafran people and in Biafra land is going to be a thing of the past. I want you to pay attention. I am breaking it down for you right now. They know that is their terrorism against our people will be a thing of the past. It will be a history. There shall be no more terrorist attacks against the Biafran people, innocent Biafran people at that. Then number two, the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, through its military, the terrorist army of the zoo, led by Musa, the terrorist commander, does not have the manpower to withstand the firepower of the Biafran people. Therefore, they wouldn't want the second phase of this very struggle. They wouldn't want to, to hear anything that has to do with the second phase of the struggle. Musa is not prepared for that. I will play you a video from Musa now. Tinubu is preparing for 2027 elections, even when people are being unalived in thousands. Even when villages are being ravaged, ransacked, burned to ashes, they don't care. The most important thing, as strong as all politicians, criminal politicians are that in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom as it stands today, is 2027. So they are not prepared at all for anything called second phase of the struggle. Therefore, the moment Mazi Simon Ekpa is released, the very first thing that will come to the minds of Tinubu and Musa is negotiation. What I have told you now, go and mark it somewhere. Gakwa deyo fuebe iwelu ntu jintu kaya na aru na aru aja. Sino ifem kwuru today at Nigeria is not ready to grace the second phase of this very struggle. And the second phase we are talking about is the release of Mazi Simon Ekpa. They are not ready for it. They are not prepared for it. Let me tell you again. Are you aware that Nigeria was already preparing for negotiation with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before Mazi Simon Ekpa was arrested? Are you aware? These things I haven't even said before. That Nigeria was already preparing for negotiation. They're not going to negotiate with Simon Ekpa because they don't like Simon Ekpa. They hate him so badly. Nigeria kpọrọ Mazi Simon Ekpa kpọọ zọrọ naanị kpọọ anya ọ na-ene kpọọ asọ bụrụ naanị mana is a west. Asọ nsị ọnyụrụ anyụ bụ a west. Nigeria kpọrọ ya asọ bụ naanị akpọrọ ya. Everything about him, they hate him so badly because they saw the truthfulness in him. They saw the reality in him. They saw a man who is destined to truthfully fight for the freedom of his people. And they saw a man who is rugged enough, who is brutal enough, who knows what freedom fight is all about. That is the most important thing. They saw a man who genuinely knows what freedom fight is all about. And that brutality in him is something that they cannot withstand. That is the reason why they hated him so badly. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not even hated as they hated Mazi Simon Ekpa, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has a heart of, a heart of gold. That even he can even joke and smile, genuinely smile with his enemies. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can genuinely smile with his enemies, wine and dine with his enemies, even knowing fully well that this is my enemy, but he will from his heart wine and dine with his enemies because he has a heart of gold. Mazi Simon Ekpa did not come to play with anybody. He came to strictly fight for his freedom and get it within a short period of time. That's why they don't love him. So they can't even withstand him. They can't stand with Mazi Simon Ekpa on a round table to discuss with. No. They were already preparing for a round table negotiation with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see, the moment Binta Nyako was recourse from that case, from that very moment, was the time Nigeria government began to prepare for negotiation with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the negotiation is strictly the release of Biafran people to leave Nigeria. But they wanted to know, they were planning to know, are we going with all the Biafra land or all the Biafran people, or should we have a kind of negotiation and settlement whereby some part of Biafra land will remain with Nigeria, while some other, the major part of Biafra land, will go and be their independent, state? That was the negotiation, because Nigeria did not want to lose everything. They didn't want to lose all. So they were preparing the negotiation on the table to know what is going to be our own benefit. If we allow you to go, can you please go take this part and leave this part for us? Because we can't afford to lose all. Until the news, as they were preparing that, in the other hand, they were also pressurizing Finland through their allies to arrest my Simon Eber. So they were playing two games. If this one failed, we'll go this way. Immediately, the news of my Simon Eber's arrest broke the internet. Boom. Fanakbo. Fanakbo. All the preparations, everything, are they on hold? Because they already have the plans. They already have plans to use some individuals. The same thing they did with DOS. Nigeria is a very evil. In fact, the rulers of the zoo are so evil. They know how to play this game better than us. Somebody say, Biafra Unite, why are you afraid of using the name USB? What do you mean by using the name USB and I've been afraid? USB, if it's the one that if it's my own USB you are talking about, if you are talking about my own USB, which is the United States of Biafra, it is my name. I can never be afraid to use USB. It's my name. What are you talking about? Are you okay? Are you insane? Am I not the one who recorded the news? Am I not the one? Or is there any other person that broke that news, if not Biafra Unite? The moment it was agreed by the Biafra government that we are going to adopt the name United States of Biafra, am I not the one who recorded it? The records are there. Go and search the platform of Biafra Unite. You see the record. It's official. So why should I be afraid to use the same name that I broke? I made public after it was agreed by the government. Are you insane? My problem is that some people are telling you that you already enjoying your freedom while you are still in exile. That's my problem. You can't tell me I'm afraid. I can't be afraid to use my name. It's my name. I agreed. I'm among those who accepted to bear the name. Are you okay? Are you insane? Or you think it belongs to you alone? No, it belongs to all of us. It belongs to all of us. So get it, let it sink deep down your empty head and your ear. Let it sink deep down into your empty skull. It is our name, United States of Biafra. We all agreed to bear that name together. And I am the person who recorded the news and broadcasted it. The first person who did it. So stop talking nonsense in my comment section. I'm not good at blocking people and I'm not going to block you. So you must be there to listen to the gospel. Yes. What I hate is anybody or group of individuals using the name to defraud our people and lie to our people. That is what I don't want. That is what I would never associate myself with. You understand? I can never associate myself with it. But if it's for that name, United States of Biafra is our name. And no matter the shenanigans of any idiot, you can't take it away from us. You can't stop us from bearing our name because you are using our name for evil and for criminality. So you can't stop me from using it. It's our name. So put that one aside and let us continue. Now, the zoo is not in any way ready. In fact, before we continue, let me play a certain video for you. A video of Christopher Musa. Let us watch the video together. N'ike agwụgo ndị zoo. Ike agwụgo ndị zoo. They are tired with what is going on in the north and some part of the west, or should I say the western part, because it's almost everywhere now. There is Fulani bandits, which is ravaging Ogun State, ravaging Oyo State, ravaging Ondo State. Now you have Lakurawa in Kwara State. And don't make mistake about that. Kwara State should be, if, like the way they called us Southeast, the Igbo-speaking state, though some of the Igbo, speaking communities are gerrymandered into some part of South and Northwest, based on the way the zoo is geographically, demarcated at the moment. So now, the way they called us, the Igbo-speaking states, Southeast. If you want to demarcate the Yoruba-speaking states as, or you want to categorize the Yoruba-speaking states as Southwest, we are the Southeast. Now you want to categorize all the all the Yoruba-speaking states as Southwest. That means Kwara State should be a Southwestern state, not Northwest and not Central. It shouldn't be not Central. It should be, Southwest. Yes, because they are Yoruba. So Lakurawa terrorist organization has been formed, and they are operating in Kwara State and some part of Kogi State as I'm speaking to you now, of which the zoo police has come out and claimed responsibility that they are the members of Nigerian police, that the Lakurawa terrorist organization are actually the operatives of Nigerian police. I made that very broadcast. I don't know how many of you that saw it. I don't know how many of you that saw it. So, let us first of all listen to Musa. Pay attention.
To bring into gaps between us. Boko Haram started because we protected them. They started as a small group, and if it had been nipped in the bud, we probably wouldn't have gotten to where we are today.
So, who were you expecting to nip it in the bud? Musa? In 2009, I am very certain that you are a soldier. You are a soldier in 2009. Musa, because according to you, what you said, you have not done any business in your life. You came from primary school, secondary school, and then you went straight to the army, to the military school. That means from your childhood, you have been a soldier. So in 2009, you were a soldier. So who were you expecting to nip it in the bud? As a soldier that you are, that you have been. And Boko Haram came and threatened the so-called territorial integrity of the damnable Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. But you, as a soldier, you did nothing. And here you are today, because you have become the commander, overall commander of Boko Haram, wearing Nigerian Army uniform as the chief of defense staff. And now you are telling me that if it was nipped in the bud, am I the one who should have nipped it in the bud? If you couldn't nip it in the bud as a soldier and your fellow military officers, are you not ashamed of yourself? Mad people everywhere.
The Lakurawas came in, we brought them in, and we said they are our friends and their families until they started attacking us. The message here is, when you grow a monster, he grows beyond you and wants to take more from you.
Can you imagine what this idiot is saying? That Lakurawa came in. Who allowed the Lakurawa? Who formed it in the first place? Who formed Lakurawa? Today as I'm speaking now, Borno State Governor, Babagana Zulum, has confessed. He confessed that top military officials and the politicians from northern extractions are sponsors of Boko Haram, are informants of Boko Haram, military officers and top politicians from northern extraction. They are the commanders of Boko Haram, which we all know. I know it. Bala Mohammed said it. He said it on a national television. Should I think I can search. Oh, but this broadcast is not for that. Maybe it's going to be next time. This broadcast is strictly for our prime minister, so I'm not going to search for that. Bala Mohammed said that if you do not hand over your forest to Fulani herdsmen, they are going to colonize it. They are going to take it by force and recolonize it. He said it. Bala Mohammed said it. So who are you talking to? El Rufai is there. You are there. Your brother, Yakubu Gowon, is there. These are the terrorists. These are the people who murdered innocent Biafrans the way you are doing now, Musa. You are there. The terrorists you are lamenting about are taking over your land, taking over your ancestral home. You, Musa, you. They are taking over your ancestral home. Because I know that you come from there. You are not among those who invaded. You come from there. They are there now taking over your land, slaughtering your people. All you could do is to command your soldiers to take all their equipment, all their military hardwares to the east to slaughter the innocent Christians. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Why those you are fanning, those that you are, those that you are training are busy slaughtering your own people and taking over your fatherland? I don't know how these people reason. I don't know. I don't understand it. Let's continue. Who allowed Lakurawa to exist and who formed it? You have intelligence unit. Tell us who formed it. We want to know who formed it. You cannot come to tell us how individuals are sponsoring IPOB from abroad and you have their pictures, you have their image, you have their videos. You post them, you hand their images and their pictures and their videos to immigration. Once the Refuting is in an airport, you grab them. You can't tell me that you are intelligent enough to do these things, to know the sponsors of the so-called sponsors of IPOB and Biafra agitation, but you don't know the sponsors of Boko Haram that have existed for 16 good years. Are you not a failure? Are you not a failure? You should be ashamed of yourself with all your intelligence. All your intelligence, DSS intelligence, police intelligence, military intelligence, Air Force intelligence, Navy intelligence. Imagine a country that have no less than 20 security agencies, but they are not secure. The country is not secured. I'm ashamed of Nigeria, actually. I'm ashamed of the zoo. The zoo is gone completely. Imagine. Shame. Because
we protected them.
He said because when he said we, he's talking about them, the military. He's not telling me, he's not talking about the innocent citizens. Let me take it back a little bit. He said because he's talking about them because they protected them. So Musa, can you tell us who are these we you are talking about? And mind you, never you ever mention innocent Nigerian people. count Biafrans out, but don't mention innocent Nigerian people. Who are these we?
To bring into gaps between us. Boko Haram started because we protected them. They started as a small group, and if it had been nipped in the bud, we probably wouldn't have gotten to where we are today. The Lakrawas came in, we brought them in, and we said they are our friends and their families until they started.
You see, he's still saying we. He's still using that word we. Who are the we? The military. Who are the we? The police. Who are the we? The DSS. Who are the we? The politicians of northern extraction, the northern oligarchy.
Attacking us. The message here is when you grow a monster, he grows beyond you and wants to take more from you. So we must learn to say no.
You want to turn to a motivational speaker. Now let us go out of here and then bring something else. This one we are going to dwell on this one briefly before we go into the main topic of the day, which is our Prime Minister's, of course, court appearance in Finland in Biafra versus Nigerian case that will be taking place in Lahti, Finland tomorrow. So let me bring another very, very important and disturbing video so that we can treat it. Some idiots who think that they have much to speak are somewhere running their mouths like fools. All right, let us go there, because also this one is among the Isi Sepun Tiabado that we came this evening for, because our Prime Minister is going to be appearing in court tomorrow. So it's very, very important that we use this opportunity to put this nonsense to bed.
In a twist that has left many Nigerians both amused and outraged, separatist agitator Simon Ekpa told a Finnish court that he is not a leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He's just a content creator.
First and foremost, Mazi Simon Ekpa has never ever for one day claimed to be the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Everybody must know this. The earlier the so-called BBC know this and know peace, the earlier and the better for them. Mazi Simon Ekpa has never ever for one day called himself or claimed to be the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. We have the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Simon Ekpa is the Biafran Prime Minister. He is not the leader of the IPOB. Okay? But since IPOB means the indigenous people of Biafra, which all of us are, members, not members of an organization, but members of a nation of IPOB, a nation of the indigenous people of Biafra. Therefore, he is one of our leaders. Oh yes, he is one of our leaders. A nation doesn't have only one leader. A nation always have many leaders in order for that nation to move forward. Yes. Oh yes, I said it. A nation, they get one leader. Even they have president, they still have vice president. They have prime minister, they still have prime minister. Deputy prime minister. They have some have president and have prime minister at the same time. So a nation doesn't produce one leader. They need multiple leaders in order to move forward. And best brains will come together and make things happen. So we are not here to, to pet you or to ask you not to use the word the way you want. You can use it as you want, but we are here to to debunk your idiocy, your stupidity, your lies and deceit, and put the matter to bed. Let's continue, my people.
Who has been at the center of countless online videos calling for sit-at-home protests and threatening violence across Nigeria's southeast, is now claiming all that he was doing was content. It was simply for leisure. According to media reports, his legal team in Finland is arguing that the videos he published were not real-world directives, but online content purely meant for entertainment. Now, this is coming as Finnish prosecutors push for a 6-year jail term, accusing Simon Ekpa of public incitement to commit.
You see, the very day I watched this very video, I think that was a couple of days ago, like 3 days ago, I was so flabbergasted. I felt irritated, as in I hate the zoo media the more. The hatred went from 90% to 180%. I'm telling you, I've never knew that they were so idiotic and stupid like this. I've never known. And to make the matter worse, they will dress corporately, they will come on the media, they will speak very good English. You know, when you listen to them, you think that, yeah, this person is sound. You think they are sound mentally, you think they are sound healthily, you think that they are sound, you know, spiritually, physically, and otherwise. You never know that they are just empty vessel. They are just empty vessel. They collect money. Just as long as the money keeps coming, no problem. Tell us what you want, we will render it, we will give you the service. Anywhere belle face, that is the zoo media for you. Can you imagine the way this lady is dressed? Can you imagine the way she dressed and what is coming out from her mouth? Now, let it not be as if I'm just talking without putting the words right. I am not among those people who will come and insult people without challenging them. I will give you a strong challenge. I will counter you with a superior argument. That is who I am. Now, you said that Mazi Simon Ekpa said he is a content creator. That is number one. That all the videos he's putting out there is just for leisure. Now, number two, you said that the prosecutor, you said that the prosecutor is pushing, not only she said that the court, actually, because you are going to hear it. She said that the court is pushing for 6-year jail term. First of all, Mazi Simon Ekpa has not even spoken in the court. The only time we know that he attended court proceeding or court appearance was on the 30th of May. Although some people have said he went to court so day, but we don't know. They didn't tell us what is the outcome of the court appearance or court case, and I cannot buy that. I'm sorry, I have to be real. I don't buy any idea of anybody telling me what I don't know, or even what he or she cannot, defend. So the only time we saw our leader, our prime minister, in the court, and we know what is the outcome of that court, and Biafrans were told what is the outcome of that court, was on the 30th of May, 2025. And we were told that the case has just begun. That was the word. The case has just begun. And the prosecutor laid down his argument, his case, which the court has taken note of. The court has taken note of it. At the same time, Mazi Simon Ekpa has denied being guilty of all the allegations leveled against him. This is what we know that transpired on the 30th of May. I don't know any other thing. So tomorrow, the case will resume, and we are still going to know the outcome and where the case is heading to. So you come in to tell us that this happened or that happened, and this video was made on the 4th of June, 2025. 5 good days after our prime minister appeared in the court. Sorry, 6 good days, yes. 6 good days after our prime minister's court appearance. You came to tell the zoo idiots listening to you that he said he's a content creator. When was the case happened? The same word that was used in 2024 November, 24th of November 2024, just 3 days after our prime minister's arrest. You people came up, Channels Television was there, Arise News was there, Ruben Akpati was there. When that idiotic girl called OG, or whatever they call her, gave that fake news that Simon Ekpa has denied being a freedom fighter, that he said he's a content creator, all of you were there. So when did you raise that topic again? Even as at that time, he has never been to court. He has never been to court. His first court appearance was on the 30th. On the 30th of May. So, where did you get that word from? And now, she said that the court is pushing for 6 years jail term. Where did you get that from? The argument has not been made. How could you be pushing for 6-year jail term when you haven't even, when you haven't brought any evidence of your argument, of your claim? You have not proved your claim. You have not proved beyond every reasonable doubt that this person is guilty. You haven't proven it. You just lay down your argument. You just lay down your allegations. You read your allegations against a certain individual. You haven't proven it because the argument has not begun. The argument is going to begin tomorrow. Are you paying attention, Biafrans? I want all Biafrans to listen very, very well. So you don't go and pay attention. You watch or listen to all these fake, media houses like this one we are watching. TVC, Channels Television, Arise News. Or there's another one now that is confusing some gullible ones who are listening to him. I don't know what he called in his channel. Every blessed day he brings fake news. Simon Ekpa fought in the court. The next day, Simon Ekpa has agreed he's guilty. The other one, he says, Simon Ekpa almost tore the prosecution cloth. The worst thing about our people, is that they are they're source for news everywhere. Our people are so inquisitive of sourcing for news here and there. And it's a big problem for us. One of them called me on phone. He said he's calling from America. My brother, I want to ask you about, because there's this news that trended a couple of weeks ago that the president of Burkina Faso, Traoré, went to Russia, and they said they called Simon Ekpa on phone that Vladimir Putin is now ready to sue Finland to International Criminal Court because of Simon Ekpa. I told the person who sent me that news to stop listening to this nonsense. These are fake news. They have no clue. They have no idea of what is going on with Simon Ekpa and Biafra agitation. They have no clue at all. You can't come from outside, from nowhere. You that knows nothing. You that do not know anything about Biafra agitation. You have never been there. You are just a novice. You just open a channel. Oh, Simon Ekpa. Oh, Vladimir Putin. Oh, Alex Tube. Oh, this and that. You know not. You have never even, you have never, been into the agitation before. You don't know nothing about the freedom fight, the struggle. You just came because you opened a YouTube channel. Simon Ekpa, Biafra. You know absolutely nothing. You start concocting news, spreading fake news everywhere, all because you need attention. And our people, being who they are seriously giving you that attention. Enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy it. That one called me from America. Biafra Unite, what do you have to say about this this very important move made by Traore about our Prime Minister? I don't know if the person who I told to stop listening to this garbage told him that this is fake news. Actually, that Biafra United said it's a fake news, and then he called me. Or maybe he's the one behind the fake news platform. He called me. I asked him, have you ever heard Biafra Unite saying that Traore went to Russia and spoke with Vladimir Putin, and Vladimir Putin has now taken the matter to International Criminal Court, and Vladimir Putin is ready to drag Finland because of my Simon and Biafra? Have you ever heard such a thing from me? He said no. I said, then why are you asking me? He said, because there's this platform that said, I said, why did you not go and ask that platform? How could you pay attention to some idiots and people who are carrying propaganda and fake news going up and down? You did not hear it from any Biafran, true Biafran platform. You are listening to outsiders telling you about your own prime minister, and you want to come and confirm it from Biafra Unite. Go and confirm it from them, since you did not hear it from me. Awesome. Don't insult me. Don't. I cut the phone. Ban your phone on immediately. I don't tolerate nonsense. I ban the phone immediately. I didn't even take time. Up again, I didn't pick. So Mamoko from Masigi, the lock and pick in the first place. So you see, this is the same thing happening here. All these TVC, and could you believe that they got their information from from social media? Now let's listen. Just pay attention.
Commit crimes with terrorist intent and participating in a terrorist group. Now, IPOB has since distanced themselves from him, and its leadership says that ECBA no longer has ties to their organization and that his actions have caused more harm than good. As this trial unfolds, the court's final decision will, of course, set a precedent on how international jurisdictions handle politically charged content in the digital age. What is interesting to me is to see that there are real-life consequences for digital character, if you ask me. I think.
Now, before she continues, she said that I want you to remember that there has not been proven, they haven't proven to the judge, they haven't proven that my Simon Ekpa is actually guilty or really committed the offense that he's been accused of. They haven't proven beyond every, you have to prove beyond every reasonable doubt that the person is actually guilty or the person is a criminal before he's being convicted. Before the person will be convicted. You don't just bring case to the court and then you are pushing for 6-year jail time. So where did you go your own school? Where did you study, by the way? Where did you study? And apart from that, she said that IPOB has distanced itself, or the IPOB leadership has distanced itself from Mazi Simon Ekpa and his activities. Fine. And you are singing it like a song. You enjoy that IPOB distanced itself from Mazi Simon Ekpa. Yet you are still holding the leader of the same IPOB that you are now enjoying, that has distanced itself from my Simon Ekpa and his activities. You are still holding the leader. Why don't you release the leaders? And since the organization that he leads or the people he leads have, let me use the word she used, have distanced themselves from my Simon Ekpa. Why are you still holding the leader? Since the IPOB is now the scent and you are happy that they have distanced themselves, meaning that they are very good people, they are genuine, they are not criminals, they are innocent, why are you still holding the leader since they are innocent? The only thing they want is to silence all of us. To silence all of us. You know that IPOB is innocent. You know very well that they are good. You know very well that IPOB is not a terrorist organization. You know very well that IPOB is genuine. So why are you still holding the leader? It's a simple question, and I want to tell you that they can never be able to answer that question. Now, let's hear her.
I don't know if this is cunning or if this is a convenient defense on his part, but his actions and his incitement did have real world consequences and were very inflammatory. Let's take a look.
You are going to go to, why don't you be the judge? I am very happy that our destiny, when it comes to Mazi Simon Ekpa, unlike Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I am very, very happy that the destiny of Mazi Simon Ekpa as it stands today does not actually lies in the hands of his enemies. Are you paying attention? His destiny is not in the hands of his enemies, because the worst thing that can happen to a man is when your destiny is in the hands of your own enemy. Hey, when your destiny is in the hands of your destiny lies in the hands of your enemies. Google now, your own is finished. Unless it will take, a needle. It will take a camel passing through the needle's eyes. When your destiny is in the hands of your enemy, your survival, seems to be, a camel passing through the needle's eye. I'm telling you the truth. Very, very, very bad situation. But I thank God, in the hands of Mazi Simon Ekpa, his own destiny does not lie in the hands of his enemy, in the hands of Nigeria. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, God will do his own work through all of us. Yes, God is going to do his work, his miracle through all of us. I'm telling you. Let's continue.
Take a look at social media.
Atera is the IT painkiller. Remote monitoring and management.
Sorry for that. Now I want you to watch.
At AFAM says, just finished listening to Simon Ekpa's court proceedings, and I'm honestly in disbelief. During cross-examination, he completely distanced himself from IPOB, claiming he's really...
Hold on.
Just finished listening to media. Did have real-world consequences and were very inflammatory. Let's take a look at social media.
Did you hear that? She said, let's take a look at the social media. So therefore, their words, every single thing they are doing is taken from the social media. All the nonsense talks. Look at their, I want you to look at their headline here. Look at their headline. They said, Simon Ekpa denies IPOB ties. Finish court, push for 6-year jail term. Finish court. Finish court. Zoological Republic. Did you see that? Finish court pushes for 6-year jail term. That is the judge. Now, when you talk about court, not the prosecutor. Prosecutor is not the court. The court is the judge, and then others follow. But the main court is the judge. They said, finish court, push for 6-year jail term. So now the judge where was in the Jiziaka pushes for 6-year jail term. You see? Now they are taking everything they are saying here. All the things they have said and the one they are about to say are all taken from the social media. Unbelievable. Now let us listen to her.
At Afam says, just finished listening to Simon Ekpa's court proceedings, and I'm honest.
Did you hear that? Just finished listening to Simon Ekpa's court proceeding. Where did you listen? Oh my goodness. Where did you listen to it? Where did you listen to it? Is it not the same social media? Or is it not the same Zoom media? Is it not the same Arise News that I told you since last year, November 24th, 24th of November 2024, that Simon Ekpa has denied being a freedom fighter and he said he's a content creator? Is it not the same Arise News that you listened to or you watched? And now you are telling me that after listening to Simon Ekpa's court proceeding, where did you watch it? The whole world has only one video. Only one video. The whole world has only but one video that we all shared on the 30th. Only one video, my people. No matter how they edit it, it's only one video. Only one video. And then the second one, which is where the prosecutor was talking. That's the video. Is there any other one you have that we don't have? I'm asking, is there any other video they have that we do not have? Can you show us the video? I challenge you. If there's any other, if not the one that we shared on 30th, is there any other videos any other video of PM Simon Ekpa you have that we don't have? Is a challenge. Anybody that has it, kindly bring it up. Let us see. And this idiot saying that after listening to Simon Ekpa's court proceeding, as if no dear. Oh my goodness. Zoological Republic, Zoo. Is there any other video you have? If it's not the one that we have, mad people everywhere. And don't look now go on our national television, so-called national television, or now go social media. This is how they want to judge public opinion. This is how they want to crucify somebody based on public opinion, not the real action. They are not, straightforward. They are not realistic. They judge based on public opinion. So, more haters than lovers, then you are a criminal. If you have more lovers than haters, then you're innocent. Zoological Republic. This is where journalism ends. Journalism ends in the zoo. I'm telling you.
In disbelief. During cross-examination, he completely distanced himself from IPOB, claiming he's merely a content creator. According to him, everything he's done was simply acting, nothing more. That doesn't sound like a very courageous leader to me. We'll take one more tweet. At Nedre says, this is not only insulting, it's cowardice at the highest level. People have died, schools shut down, businesses collapsed, and entire communities lived in fear, all based on the commands of a man now pretending it was all for entertainment. Team, this is very, very interesting. We are seeing in Delta State, vigilantes have actually gone and killed people in cold blood. Now, while some people are arguing that this is mob justice, other people are saying there's gaps in policing, there's gaps in security. We had no choice but to step in. What do you make of this?
When vigilante have to, they are going through a. When you get the guys, you hand them over to.
Now you see the way this coward, I don't know which name will I call this idiot. You see the way he's talking upon his age, with Otosi tie. You see the way he's talking about what happened in Delta between vigilante and mob justice of a criminal element or some criminal elements. He's very calm talking about it. Now, pay attention. Just pay attention. Watch. This is to show you how they hate us. These people do not like us, and we are not supposed to be in one country with them. These people hate us to the core. Mbundi Nigeria. Ebosokwa ya si maọbụ onye Yoruba maọbụ onye Hausa maọbụ Fulani maọbụ they hate us with passion. Even when Lakurawa, Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda in Maghreb, ISIS in West Africa, Kedun ka form na Sokoto, enwe nke ọzọ, there are many even when these terror groups are ravaging their states and their, their communities, yet they pay deaf ears to it. They can never ever discuss it on television because they, you know why? The people who are sponsoring these terror attacks, the people who are benefiting from these terrorist activities, are the people who are paying them off to talk what they want them to talk. They are the people who are paying them to speak the way they want. They are the people who are paying them to protect their own image with media, to praise them with media. The likes of the Deputy President of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, the likes of Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, the likes of the former, Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, the likes of, El Rufai, the likes of, how many? There are many. There are many, including this Musa, Christopher Musa. They command them. They pay. They don't only ban them from, speaking about the terrorists. They also give them money because you ban them. You do them shut up with money. So they will pay deaf ears to the atrocities going on in their own land, in their own, communities. They will never talk about it. But when they come here, they will tell you about Samaneba. They will tell you about Biafra. Because they know money is coming out from that side. But they are going to reap they are going to receive the reward. They will receive the reward because by the time they know that their communities, all the attacks happening in their communities are not just jokes. By the time they realize that their communities have completely been taken over, then they will realize what they have done to themselves. Or by the time it will touch their family members, they will realize what they have done to themselves. And that time is fast approaching. Don't think that Fulani is backing down anytime soon. No. Fulani is not backing down anytime soon. Even though Biafra leaves, Fulani will never stop until they completely take over the entire Nigeria, unless after the exit of Biafra, other nationalities in the zoo will rise up and fight for their own freedom. Apart from that, and remember, it's going to take them time. It will take them time. It will take them. Check how many years it has taken us now since 1967. Check how many years it has taken us till today. We are still fighting. Till today, we are still fighting. Fulani would you see these people. Fulani would deal with Fulani would deal with them mercilessly. I so that cheer phone on completely. Check go first. Let's continue.
The police, but so far that trust deficit on our security architecture, our government, and all that is actually affecting us. I think that governors should take these warnings seriously. If the governor of Delta State has taken this warning seriously and allows but how do we know that? Thank God for that and for citing videos, and you call that content creation.
To go now, pay attention.
In Simon Ekpa, somebody identified one person. Thank God for that. And for Simon Ekpa,
watch.
I've seen some of his videos, very inciting videos, and you call that content creation. Maybe he should go to school again to find out what the meaning of content creation.
And you that went to school, and you claim to be a journalist, but you cannot differentiate between public opinion and the court process or court proceedings or the true outcome of court proceeding. You are unable to, differentiate between public opinion and the true outcome of court proceedings. You are here lambasting on Simon Ekpa and Biafrans just because of fake news that people are carrying on social media. So this is the school you went. This is your level of education and the intelligence. Shame on you.
Is all about, because to me, those things he did is not content creation, is inciting a society.
You see the venom. Let me play that place again. I don't want to make it full so they don't come and claim my broadcast. Zoological Republic. I don't want to make it full because I don't want them to come and claim my broadcast. So, but let me return it a little bit. All right,
things he did is not content creation, is inciting a society.
Is inciting. I want you to see his face. Let me make it full for this place sake. Let me make it full only for here. I want you look at the man here. I want you to see his face, as in the way, the passion, the anger. This very man here. Watch him. Just watch.
Those things he did is not content creation, is inciting a society.
It's inciting the society. He said it with passion. With, oh, if I'm thank God that my Simon can never be extradited to Nigeria. I'm telling you. Thank God. These people are very, very bad. They are evil. They are evil. Their heart is bitter. And let me tell you, their anger is not even about Simon Ekpa. Their anger is not about Mazinam. It's not about Mazinam Dekano. No, it's not about Simon Ekpa. No, their anger is because they have seen the handwriting on the wall. Their anger is because they have seen that Biafra is going. Their anger is, it's like when you marry a woman. Now let me explain it for you. When you marry a woman, and that woman, you love that woman, or you love her, but you love her for a reason. You do not love that woman from your heart, as Bible says, man should love his wife. Not that type of love. You love that woman for a reason, because of what you are benefiting from that woman. Maybe that woman is making life easy for you by helping you to do one or two. That woman, maybe you have turned that woman to be a kind of house help for you. A house help. You do not see anything in that woman again, if not the benefits you are getting from her, which is what she's helping you to do. But genuinely, you don't love that woman. Or you somehow begin to see that woman as a competitor. It's no longer your spouse. It's now your competitor. Then you begin to develop hatred on that woman, because you are now seeing her as your competitor instead of your spouse or your soulmate. You are seeing her as your competitor because she's pulling the strings. She's doing exploits. You begin to develop hatred on her. But at the same time, even as much as you hate her, you still know that she means a lot. She's doing so much that if this woman goes, you will feel the vacuum. You feel that very space in your life. So no matter the hatred, you still need her. Now, all of a sudden, this woman serve you divorce papers. And you have seen that the woman has obtained divorce from court. And before somebody will go to court to obtain a divorce notice, he or she must have made up his or her mind to leave. So the moment you see that divorce note, you start dragging, arguing. No, you cannot leave. I cannot leave you. You cannot leave me. You are going nowhere. When you hate that person, no? But you know the importance of that person in you. You cannot let go. You begin to argue it. You begin to drag it. You can drag it for years, but inside you, you know that there is no more marriage. The marriage is gone. The marriage is broken. Everything that is happening there is just fake. And in fact, your life is in danger. It's either you will eliminate this person one day or this person may eliminate you one day. So in your mind, you know that the best thing to do is to let this person go. But because of what you are benefiting from that person, it is very, very difficult to let him or her go. So anytime you hear her name, or anytime you see her, you want to slaughter somebody because you know you are going to lose once this person leaves. That is what is happening to Nigerians against the Biafran people as it stands today. Exactly. There's no difference. Don't let anybody deceive you. That is the problem in Nigeria today. Now, let us listen to them.
I mean, a number of businesses were destroyed as a result of his statement. A number of people lost their lives as a result of his statement. People could not go out of their houses, so businesses were lost. Billions of naira lost as a result of his kind of entertainment. What are we saying? What is entertainment? In fact, those that are defending him, where is your conscience? That's my concern. People have lost their life as a result.
Our conscience are here. Our conscience is very, very intact. Very, very intact. You know why? Our conscience is very, very intact because we understand what Simon Ekpa is doing. That is number one. Number two, we know that all the things you are saying are nothing but propaganda, lies and deceit and hatred that you the hatred that you have on my Simon. I wanted to use a thicker grammar, but the hatred that you have on us and our prime minister, we understand that that is the problem that you have. We understand fully well that all the allegations you leveled against my Simon, including Mazinam, don't forget that you also try Mazinam Dekano for terrorism and treasonable felony. When you know the real meaning of treasonable felony, you know the real meaning of terrorist, you are not trying those who should be tried for terrorism. You are trying an innocent man who just spoke and said, let my people go. So we understand what you are doing. That's why we support Masam Nepa to the maximum, to the core. You understand? So we know our conscience is very, very intact, more than your own, because we know that you can't deceive us. You may deceive your gullible Nigerians who are watching and listening to you, but you cannot deceive the Biafran people. That is where you will continue to have mental torture until we leave completely. Until we finally exit the zoo. Look at this man's face. Look at their faces. Let me even bring it to the screen. Funny people. Very funny people. Look at their faces. Look at the face of this evil man. And look at this one who is beating you. Why are you crying? Look at their faces. The evil people who are shielding the zoo politicians, who are, constituting or organizing group of young men, giving them arms and ammunition to go and cause terrorist mayhem and massacre innocent people, and you are there on the media shielding them, granting them interviews, calling them your excellency, calling them all sorts of names, eulogizing them, and praising them. You praise them for their evil, granting them interviews, and you do not see the evil they do. You don't see the suffering of Nigerians, leave alone Biafrans. Your fellow Nigerians, you don't see how they are suffering. You don't see where the currency is. You are not talking about the so-called government policies that have destroyed lives and livelihood of Nigerian people. You are not talking about the economy. You are not talking about the insecurity that has ravaged the entire zoological republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, both the north, north central, northeast, northwest, and southwest. Southwest. No matter how they are trying to invade our land, still, Biafra land is still even better than other places in Nigeria. No matter what they are doing here, no matter the way they are kidnapping our people, no matter I know they have started invading, some communities. I know they've done it 3 times in Imo and once in Anambra. They have done it several times in Enugu and Ebonyi. I know. Yet, the so-called Southeast is far better than other geographical, other zones in Nigeria. You see? Look at their faces. Shameless people. Now let's listen to them.
Out of your kind of entertainment and your kind of content creation, and you stay in your house dancing in your videos, inciting people, and you have the guts to say it is entertainment? How?
So can you,
I recall that
Madam, can you go to Finland and prove your case and stop talking rubbish just on camera? Can you go to Finland, bring all this nonsense you have spoken now, bring the evidences and travel, tell your guy, Tinubu is the owner of TVC, tell him to buy you flight ticket. I don't think you need visa. Let him order a diplomatic passport for you that can take only 24 hours to be ready, so that you can travel even tomorrow. I wonder why you people are still in Nigeria. You should be in Finland because our prime minister will be appearing in court tomorrow. You should be in Finland. You should be in Lati. You should be in Pajehamed court in order to present all your evidences live and direct, not forwarding them through email. Present them, go there and present them live and direct. Or send your high commissioner. Tell your Finnish high commissioner, if there's anyone, tell him or him to go there in person and represent your government. Shame on all of you. And stop hoping with Finnish lawyer in the name of prosecutor to do your bidding, because it's not going to work. You all have failed. Simon Ekpa is innocent of all the accusations, baseless and false allegations against him. A freedom fighter has never been a criminal before, and it's not going to happen or start in Simon Ekpa's case. You can call him a criminal, you can call him all sorts of names, but the world knows that this person is a freedom fighter, and whatever name you call him does not move him, because we know that he is fighting for freedom. All the things you are claiming now that has happened are the making of the zoo government, the government you are protecting. All the things you have claimed to have happened are all the making of Nigeria government, not the making of my Simon Ekpa. It is the making of Nigeria government in order to give him a bad name. Because they say when you want to hang a dog, you give him a bad name in order to hang it. So we understand all these things we know. Do not forget that we have so many testimonies where they say that soldiers are the ones enforcing the sit at home. We have videos where police officers are enforcing sit at home. We have videos. And Finland has all these videos. So we know your tricks, and you have failed woefully.
This man in prison had actually said that he has no.
Don't buy another.
This man in the prison. Now she wants to talk about Nnamdi Kanu. I want you to pay attention and listen to her. She wants to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. She said that, and I know, or whatever. Let us listen to her actually. Let's hear her. Hold on.
Connection with Simon Ekpa. How? I recall that this man in prison had actually said that he.
She said, I recall. Are you paying attention? She said, I recall that this man in prison, she's talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that this man in prison has said, now let's listen to her. Pay attention. She said she recall. Remember that. She recall. So she's very sure. I'm going to ask you, listening to me now, a question.
This man in prison had actually said, and you have the guts to say it is entertainment? How? I recall that this man in prison had.
You see, she can't even mention the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because the name is so heavy for her. She can't mention the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this man in the prison. And you see how she stammered before she went there. She has to pause or stammer so that you know why she took her time. She doesn't want in a situation whereby she will paint Mazi Nnamdi Kanu innocent. That's why, first of all, she doesn't want to mention his name. Secondly, she has to take her time in order to choose her words so she doesn't intentionally or unintentionally make him innocent. Hey, evil. Hello, Melo. Let me take it back a little bit. Let's listen to her.
Inciting people, and you have the guts to say it is entertainment? How? I recall that this man in prison had actually said that he has no connection with Simon Ekpa. He mentioned it several times.
Yeah. He mentioned it several times, which is also a lie. Another lie. Lies after lies. Lies upon lies. But my question is this. Let us assume that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said it several times as you claimed. Let us assume that that is true. So why are you, the same question again, that same question has come back. Why are you still keeping him? Why are you still keeping him? Because he's innocent? Why are you still accusing him of terrorism and treasonable felony? Why? Because he's innocent. Simon Ekpa is the evil one here, according to you. But why are you still keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in your custody? Why are you still taking him to court? They can never, ever answer that question. But twice, in this same broadcast, twice, they have, painted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB innocent, unknowingly. But they are still keeping him in the custody to show you how evil they are. Only what they're doing is just to send message to Finland to paint Mazi Simon Ekpa evil. That's what they're doing. Nothing else. Now, let's watch.
in court because he's being prosecuted as we speak. So I do not want to talk about him that much. But it is sad.
You see that? Oh, okay. Hello, Nigeria. Oh, so he's been prosecuted at the moment and you don't want to talk about it. What about Simon Ekpa? Is Simon Ekpa not also being prosecuted? Why are you there singing like a parrot about him? Or you want to tell me because he's not being prosecuted in Nigeria, but prosecution is prosecution. Why are you talking about him? You don't want to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because she didn't say because he is in Nigeria or because he's been prosecuted in Nigeria. No, she didn't say that. She said because he's been prosecuted. And mind you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being persecuted, not prosecuted. But she should have said because he's being prosecuted in Nigeria, so that at least she can, build a small argument that the reason why I don't want to talk about him, even though that is wrong. But she said because he's being prosecuted. So the other one you are talking about, Simon Ekpa, is not being prosecuted. What is he now being done? What is he facing in Finland? You see how biased they are. They are so evil. They are so biased. They are so biased. Is Simon Ekpa not being prosecuted as well? Why are you talking about him? Is the case not in the court? Why are you talking about him? Why are you spending 1 hour talking about him? 30 minutes, 20 minutes talking about him. Cutting videos after videos talking about him. Carrying propaganda against him. To the extent that you say finish court is now pushing for 6-year jail term. Somebody that the court has not even listened to. The only thing he has done is to deny the charges and allegation against him. The court has not listened to him. The thing I'm trying to find out how it works. Somebody that the court has not listened to. He has not spoken. He has not argued his case. And you already saying that the court is pushing for 6-year jail term. How? What an irony. What an irony. What an irony. These people can be so clueless. Honestly speaking, I don't understand. Now, let's watch.
Because he's being prosecuted as we speak, so I do not want times in court because he's being prosecuted as we speak, so I do not want to talk about him that much. But it is sad to see that Simon Ekpa is speaking in this manner and his defense counsel are also speaking in the same light. We must see justice not just done, but seen to be done at the end of the day, because he has to give account for the lives and the properties that were destroyed. And then for...
You see? She's sending message. She's sending message to Finland that they want to see justice. Of course, you will see justice, but it's going to shock you. Justice will prevail for an innocent man to be free. Justice is going to prevail. I'm assuring you today, 10th of June 2025. The time is 31 minutes past 8 p.m. in Biafra land. I'm assuring you that justice will prevail, and the innocent man will be freed, and he will walk free again. All that propaganda and baseless false allegations against him will be dropped, and it will happen to you koro. And then that vision that you already have of seeing Biafrans go. I know you all have that vision already. That vision that you already have. That vision you have seen already, where you see Biafrans go, will come to reality. It will come to reality. It's going to happen. It will no longer be a vision again. It will become a reality. I know you all have that vision. All the zoo animals have vision that Biafra will go as soon, very, very soon. That vision you have is coming to reality. I'm telling you, I'm putting it on up to you. I'm putting it up to you that your vision is about to come to reality. Yes. Justice will prevail. Justice will definitely prevail. And all your allegations will be dropped. You see it with your own eyes. Forget the message you are sending. Your message holds no water. Because in this same broadcast, you are sending this nonsense message. You have already lied against Finland. Look at it. Let me show it again in case if Finland is watching. Look at their headline. Simon Ekpa denies IPOB ties. Finnish court push for 6-year jail term. How can Finland see this type of headline and they pay attention to you? Let me bring the screen. Let me bring it on the full screen so that they will see it. They have to see it. Finland has to see it because you are sending a evil message. Look at your headline. Simon Ekpa denies IPOB ties. Finnish court push for 6-year jail term. Can you imagine that? Finnish court push for 6-year jail term. Look at it here. Trending now. Trending now. Simon Ekpa denies IPOB ties as Finnish court pushes for 6-year jail term. When? When was that? Why are you laying allegation against Finland? Why are you laying allegation against Finland? Finland is innocent. Why are you laying allegation against them? Why are you laying allegation? Do you know that this one, somebody can take it up and ask them, why are you pushing for 6-year jail term in a case that you haven't even had? You have just started just the other day on 30th. So why are you pushing 6-year jail term? A man that has not even defended himself, he's going to start defending himself tomorrow. The argument is going to begin tomorrow. So why are you already pushing for 6-year jail term? Somebody can take that case up, and then Finland will start defending itself again on top of matter that they know nothing about. So you see how fraudulent you are. You see how evil you are. You see how manipulative you are. You want to manipulate the public and then putting Finland in a tight corner. But you all have failed. You all have failed woefully. TVC, Channels Television, Arise News, you all have failed. Failure. Mad people everywhere. Now let's listen to them.
The matter of Delta State, I think that because a lot of people begin to take laws into their hands, and that's what...
When they want to talk about other things, they calm down. They take it easy. They go slowly. But once it's Simon Ekpa, boom! The Fabapuka moto atro na giawan.
What we are seeing.
I'm going to
about the fact that they were to these, they want their own grind.
I've seen posts on social media that said he was creating content. I was totally, I don't even want to use the word I want to use. First of all, we can call him a coward because he made all these he made all these things, and then now you see he sees that problem is coming and he's saying it's content. It was not content. It was never content. I don't know if...
Where did you hear anyway? Let me first of all, people, I want you to remember that today, what we are doing is based on the title of this very broadcast that says, PM Simon Ekpa goes to court tomorrow in Biafra versus Nigeria case in Finland. That is the topic of the day. So I'm going to share the broadcast, the link on to the studio. I'm going to share the link in the comment section. So those of you who are watching and listening to me, I want you to click the link, come here and tell us what you want to tell us. If you have a question, please do not hesitate to ask your question. I will do my possible best to give you, somebody said, including BBC. BBC. If you talk about BBC, you never know. Maybe some of the journalists there have already worked on with these stupid, platforms. Maybe because they interchange, they marry themselves. Oh yes. And BBC is also, don't forget, the owners of BBC is United Kingdom. That is number one. And number two, BBC Igbo in Nigeria, under Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation. So imagine UK and Nigeria put together. Can you imagine the kind of baby you are going to born? Oh my goodness me, please, in the buy now watch move from UK. You are not among you are a Biafran, so you are not a Nigerian. Forget the passport you have at the moment. You are not a Nigerian, so forget that. Imagine when UK and the zoo came together to give birth. Imagine what you can get. Just imagine what you can get. You know, minus Igbo, so minus Biafrans in UK. Imagine where what shall never end. So as we proceed, the link is in the comment section. Those of you who would want to come in and make your contribution, kindly click the link and come in. If you want to ask me a question, please do not hesitate to ask your question, and I will try as much as I can to respond to you while we proceed with this very broadcast. Tomorrow is our Prime Minister's court appearance, and of course, if you want to pray for him, please, you are highly welcome to pray for him. Very, very important. Let's continue.
If he understands the impact of those videos he was making, the impact he had on many people, I don't think he gets it. And anybody that supports him as well, I would join the person to the bandwagon and say that it's really inhuman, because it's not content. And I pray that the law really takes, the stage on him and what he did, because you can't.
You see, they are here in the zoo. These idiots, these criminals are here in the zoo judging a man that the case is already in the court. They have already crucified him. They have concluded his case. They have already jailed him. You see how evil they are. A man that his case is in the court presently. They are here in the zoo crucifying that same man, judging that same man, and they have already jailed him already. But the matter is still in the court. In fact, they just started the case recently. They have already jailed him in Nigeria. That is to show you their mentality, the black man's mentality. No matter how educated they are, no matter how they try to brush themselves, no matter how they try to wear suit, that mentality is still there until we decolonize ourselves, decolonize our minds, decolonize our ways of life, in this modern era, in this colonized, structures in Africa. We must decolonize our mentality, our minds, and change the way we live in this current era, in these colonized structures in Africa. We must decolonize our minds before we can be able to brush up, before we can be able to live as normal human beings, not like animals in the jungle. These people are living like animals. They are living like animals in the jungle. No matter how you travel abroad, you can live in America all through your life. As long as that mentality is still in you, you travel from Africa to America. You travel. They did not give birth to you in America. You travel from even though they give birth to you in America as a black man, and Africa is still under colonialism, you will still reason the same way. Even if you are American citizen, you will still think the same way. Even though you did not travel, your direct father did not travel from Africa. You are American, you are an African American, and you're a black man, and Africa is still under slavery as it is today. You will still reason the same way, because it affects that mentality is still affecting you. That slave mentality from Juaba, it has to be me. It's still in those black Americans. It's still in them. In fact, their own is even worse than our own. Until we are decolonized, Africa becomes a free nation. To your tent, O Israel, everybody will rule themselves. All the nations, tribe by tribe, all the tribes in Africa has to be nations, countries of their own. That is how Europe is. All the tribes in Africa has to be nations of their own. But if you are a small tribe, you can collaborate with your fellow small tribe which is close to you, and you share common, common interest and, common value system that you both, no matter the difference in your languages, but you know that you are one people, you look the same, you look alike. You can have, a mutual understanding and mutual agreement to be a nation of your own. You can team together in order to build a nation. That is the only way we can, redeem ourselves, redeem our, come back to who we are. Imagine a man who is fighting to be free. Nigeria government is doing everything to pull him down, bringing up some few allegations and, concocting some stories and grouping some criminals in order to commit mayhem and tarnish his image. And Nigeria media, paid Nigerian agent, paid Nigerian media is there talking nonsense against him. Can you imagine that? They are there talking ill against him. It is unbelievable. Let's watch them. The link is the link is still in the comment section. For those who want to come in, please kindly click that link. And you need to come in now, because once I'm done, I will allow few people who are already here to speak, and then we will call it a day. So you need to come in now if you want to make a contribution. We'll continue.
Content. We see content on social media, but there's a limit to content you create as well. So I really hope that he faces the law on this one. And also, I'm never in, I never support violence, but it's sad that the people have now taken powers into their hands, and this is because they've been crying. So my only cry with this is that I think it's high time the government will start listening to the people.
She said something here. Now, let's watch him. Let's watch that again. Pay attention, my people. Listen to her. Listen.
Violence, but it's sad that it's to content you create as well. So I really hope that he faces the law on this one. And also, I'm never in, I never support violence, but it's sad that the people have now taken powers into their hands, and this is because they've been crying. So my only cry.
Did you hear that? Hey, you see, these people who lack understanding, when they speak, they don't know that there are some people somewhere who can analyze what they said, and they found out that they have shot themselves in the foot. I don't know. You see, this woman said here that although she does, now she's done now talking about Mazi Simon Ekpa. She's no longer talking about Simon Ekpa. She's now talking about what happened in Delta State, right? Now, she said that although she does not support violence, but people are now angry, so they start taking laws into their own hands. Hey, again, you see that? Who can explain this to me now? You see, she's talking about something that happened in Delta State too, but because this thing that happened in Delta State did not happen because of freedom, a movement, because of struggle. It's all about freedom. It's all about freedom, but it's not about freedom to exit the zoological republic. Are you paying attention? So now, the thing that happened in Delta State happened because of criminal activities of the Fulani herdsmen terrorists. I want you to listen and listen. I want you to listen and listen very, very attentively, my people. What happened in Delta is all about freedom, because the Deltans are fighting to be free from Fulani criminality. So, but we generally, Biafrans in general, are fighting to be free from Nigeria's terrorism and criminality. Pay attention, it's all about freedom, but in different forms, right? These ones in general are fighting to be free from Nigeria's criminal activities, criminality, terrorism, and enslavement. While the small group in Delta State are fighting to be free from Fulani criminality and terrorism. Also enslavement, because when they conquer the land, they will enslave the remaining ones. So it's all about freedom in two different forms. And now the same Fulanis who have been terrorizing this Delta community have been unaliving them since they invaded that very land in Delta. The link is now pinned on top of the comment section. If you are joining, the link is on the top on top of the comment section, so you can click the link and join me in the studio. So this small group in Delta community have been unalived. They have called on the government to come to their aid several times, and they got no response from the government because the state government is incapacitated and the federal government is in collusion with the Fulani oligarchy to take over the ancestral lands of the citizens. Now, excuse me. Now, since these communities in Delta State have waited for so long, and they found out that the government is not ready to do something, the state government is incapacitated, while the federal government is the one sending the Fulani terrorists to come and annihilate them, they decide to take the laws in their own hands to defend themselves. And how do you defend yourselves? You defend yourself by fighting back against those who are coming to eliminate you. That is exactly what the Delta people have done. And now, that is what is called jungle justice for sure. Now, this woman, this same woman who has been against my Simon for the past 7 minutes on this same program, who has been against Biafrans for 7 good minutes, is the one telling us now that although she does not support violence, but people are angry. People are angry. So she justified people defending themselves in a manner that they deemed fit. Is justified before her, as far as she's concerned, even though she doesn't support violence, but is okay for her. Because the government has failed the people. But it's not okay for her, for Biafrans who say they want to be free from the zoo and they were being massacred in the cold blood. She's not a kid. At least this woman is more than 26 years. She's not a child. A person of 26, 27 years should know, shouldn't be a kid in 2015 when our people are being annihilated in Mpo, Head Bridge on Icha, Iguacha, Obibo, 2020, Aba High School. She must not be, she cannot tell me that she's not aware of these things. She cannot tell me as a media person that she did not see those videos where the Nigerian terrorist soldiers and police are lying down low like people who are in a war front, shooting unarmed protesters who are only protesting, waving their Biafran flag and singing Biafran songs, asking for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2015, 2016, and then asking for the freedom of Biafran people. That was their crime, and they were mavooed in cold blood by the terrorists in military uniform. This evil woman can never say that she's not aware of it. If she swears with it, she will go. She will slump and and close her eyes forever. I'm telling you. So, since these people who have been shouting and calling for their freedom and the release of their leaders since 2015, and when they speak, they are being unalived in cold blood. You see soldiers and police officers lying down flat with their AK-47, shooting with live ammunition, as if they are in a war zone, until they decide to arm themselves and defend themselves. Then they become criminals. This woman is in the studio, latching on them, bashing on them, calling them criminals, calling them terrorists, calling them all sorts of names. But she said here because now this one is now Delta State and it's against, they are not talking about freedom from Nigeria. They are talking about freedom from Fulani, who are also taking over her own father's land. So that one is okay. That one they can take the law into their own hands since government has failed to protect them. You see, double face, two-face everywhere. Two-face. Shame on all of you.
Sad that the people have now taken powers into their hands, and this is because they've been crying. So my only cry with this is that I think it's high time the government will start listening to the people. I don't know if the governor of the Delta State has come out to say anything, but we need to start listening to people, because when you don't listen to your citizens, this is what will happen. Normally I would have said that when they caught the kidnappers, they should have taken them, to the police station, but then they'll tell you if they take them to the police station, nothing will happen. At the end of the day, people do not even trust our police force anymore. So please, this is my cry. We need to listen to our people, and so that we don't keep seeing them taking violence and justice into their hands. I really do not support justice like this.
Do not buy another lottery ticket until you
sorry let me sorry we are going to listen to the last person, and then after that I will allow one or two persons to speak from the studio, and then we'll take it off from there.
Is still on the front burner.
Absolutely.
That we need to look into a legalized security system, so that if they are, put in place, they can quickly nip some of these very local, matters in the bud before it becomes a national conversation.
Yes.
Because we cannot keep allowing marauders to inflate or invade communities and do what they're not supposed to do, and then the narrative keeps changing from that onto something else. We need to look at that and quickly expedite the process of creating a state police, if that would be the case, so that at the end of the day everybody would feel safe in their homes. For Mr. Ekpa, well, I think the guy was just trying to downplay content creation. Maybe he needs to redefine what he defines as content creation, because at the end of the day, you cannot be putting such kind of violent, vile, viced languages out there on air, and then at the end of the day, you say that it was an entertainment. Man, that cannot be an entertainment that leads to loss of lives and property. So I think we need to look at this again. Again, the government, when they talk about regulating social media space, some of us, raise a hue. But look at what this has done. This was on social media for a number of periods. And then we've seen the after effect of that. Should we then go back to regulating that? Or should we reschool ourselves as to what should be the kinds of content we put out? What we do at an individual level.
Yeah, you see? The way they speak with their suit and ties, you think that there is human being. You think there is a human being in them. But they know absolutely nothing. You see, all their argument is just it's like pouring stone on top of what it's like pouring water on top of stone. It holds no substance, because in the first place their main argument is never on existence. That Simon Ekpa said is a content creator, this narrative was pushed by Arise News on the 24th of November 2024 by Arise News, when Simon Ekpa himself has not even been to court. So whatever they are saying is out of context, as in it holds no water, because their argument has no substance. It has no substance at all. Because such a thing has never been there. But the way they are talking about it, with anger in the studio, if a novice watch them and listen to them, they will equally believe that Simon Ekpa actually denied being a freedom fighter and he said he's a content creator. They will believe it. I'm telling you. That's why it is good for Biafrans to always pay attention and listen very, very attentively make sure you know where you are getting your own information from. Very, very important. Always make sure that you know where you are getting your information from, especially when it has to do with Biafra matters. If it's Nigerian matters, you can listen to them. You want to believe them, it's up to you. But if it's Biafra matters, make sure you are not getting your Biafran daily news from fake platforms. Very, very important, because when they push this their fake narrative, it can somehow become reality to your own, to your own, reasoning, and it may cause harm to your health. Very, very important to note.
Has effect at a cross-border level. So we need to be sure what we do so that everybody feels safe at the end of the day.
Indeed, and some might argue that this is an insult on Nigerians' intelligence. To tell us, we watched you make inflammatory remarks, and to come and have that sort of defense in court is absolutely unacceptable. Yeah. But Tim, I really want to point out something in terms of this clash and this death of the kidnappers that we're seeing in Delta.
You see, according to this very man, all the things he said, let me even return it a little bit, because there's something I want to pick out there. Yes, he said that he talked about regulating the social media. Imagine a young man like this in his early 40s. He's talking about regulating the social media, knowing fully well that the younger generation that have no faith, no job, they don't know what tomorrow holds for them in the zoo. Many of them today, thousands of them today, are earning a living from the same social media, the likes of comedians and actors. And the same idiot is the one talking about regulation. Even him is also on social media, because I'm playing this video from social media. Zoological Republic, this OGBM. I don't know how we are going to escape this. Now, let me quickly welcome few people in the, of course, in the studio, and then let's hear from them, and then we may start shutting down any moment from now. Tonex, please grab the microphone and speak to us. Tonex, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Please go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, Mazad. Good
You're
evening,
welcome.
fellow
Can you
Biafrans.
raise your voice a little bit, please?
Okay, okay. Can you hear me very well now?
Yeah, it's better now. Please go ahead.
Okay, okay. I greet each and every one of us Biafrans for today, and I thank God for each and every one of us who put God first, and I thank God for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We pray for them that God will see them through and keep them wherever they are today.
Maz,
Okay.
you are not talking well. Oh. You are not speaking well. Why your voice is going down, down, down?
Okay.
Tonex, can you hear me? Okay, Tonex.
Am I
Maybe.
being heard now?
Okay, please, can you go ahead? I want you to talk, but your voice is going deep down. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Well, thank God for today, and I will start from the topic which you wrote down here, which is PM Samat goes to court tomorrow in Biafra versus Nigeria case in Kenya. Yes, you have said it all. Everything you said is correct. I'm following up. You said it all. But I have a question.
Go
I have a
ahead, please.
question. Mazi,
Yes.
now that our PM is going to court tomorrow, you know that the information that Finland is using to work is the information that this so-called persecutor is being given by a zoo representative. Now, the Finland government using that kind of information to work, they might not have the full information. My question now is, what are we to do so that we will provide Finland and the court more evidences from what the zoo have reported to them? That is my question first. I hope you understand my question.
I understand your question, but it's a very simple question. What we are going to do, the zoo has forwarded all their claims and allegations against Mazi Simon Ekpa. Seems like I lost him. But I'm going to go on with the answer. The zoo government has forwarded all their claims and allegations against our prime minister to the Finnish authority, which is currently with the Finnish prosecutor against our prime minister. So all those things they forwarded to them is what they are using now to prosecute him. Not only the zoo, there are some other individuals who have equally forwarded their own claims against Mazi Simon Ekpa. Some of the individuals are Biafrans, both those in politics and those who equally hate Mazi Simon Ekpa. So all the claims are currently in the hands of the Finnish authority. And now the defense counsel of Mazi Simon Ekpa is equally with all the evidences against the zoo to counter their claims and their allegations against us. And those evidences are on the video, on video clips that shows the inhumanity of the zoo against us, that shows the brutality of the zoo against us. And they cannot deny it because the videos are showing them, both their soldiers, their police, and all that. So we have the evidence. But all the things they forwarded to Finland is something that they themselves, just like the time they claimed that people enforcing it at home, unalive a pregnant woman. That one, the DOS members forwarded it to Finland. They cannot prove it. They cannot prove it. The other one claimed the sit-at-home enforcers were destroying items. They cannot prove it. You know why? Because we equally have videos where police officers and military officers were enforcing the sit-at-home themselves in order to label it on Mazi Simon Ekpa and IPOB back then. So we have those videos. Are you paying attention? We have the videos. So the things they forwarded to Finland are things that they cannot defend. They do not have the evidences to defend the video clips and pictorial clips they have sent to Finland. So you cannot go and video something and come and tag it on somebody. You can't do that. You can't do that. No, you can't. It's not done in anywhere in the world. You go and get video clips and pictures to tag it on someone. How? Who does that? But we have videos of Nigerian military in Nigerian army uniforms unaliving innocent Biafrans, live and direct. So they can't run away from this. They're actually the ones in. There will be, you see, the hunter will soon become the hunted in this case, because Nigeria cannot escape what is coming after them. The hunter will finally become the hunted. In this same case, you see this very case, the hunter will become the hunted. I'm telling you. So the Defense Council of our PM has the informations. He knows that they know what they are doing. And I can assure you that Nigeria will never see the light of the day in this case. That one, I can assure you on that. So, of course, I have Mazi Chika. I wish that man is still here. Maybe you still have one more question to ask. So next, did you understand my response?
Yes, of course, I do.
Do you have another question?
Yes, no, yes, it will not be a question, but I would like to talk
Go ahead,
to
please.
Biafrans because
Go ahead.
considering every situation on ground now, our PM, where he is, God is with him, and you can see that the zoo is about to report themselves by themselves.
Yeah.
The zoo is about they don't know that what they are doing with Simon Ekpa. Ball Abba Naraja. It is you who said it. Not ball Abba Naraja. You see? So they are about to report themselves by themselves.
It will come back to you immediately.
Yeah, so this thing, by the time they finish it with our PM, they will learn in the hard way Mabolo very dark man. Now if my other suggestion, if we on our own on our own personal ground can just this form of social media protest, like we go ahead, it's not by bombarding like insultive words, no, by analyzing things with evidence on how it is, with pictorial and video evidences. Now sending it across to the using the social media platform, posting it on this media like this YLE Finland media that carried I saw our PM's update from, So if we go to their handle, but I do see our people, I do see genuine Biafrans there, analyze things for them. But if more of us do it, this the Finland president, President Alexander Stubb, he's a friend to PM, which we all know about. Now, we are not saying that he does not know what is happening. He knows that the zoo is zoo, and he knows what the zoo is capable of. In fact, if he swear that he does not know that Nigeria is a very corrupt zone, he will be a great liar. He knows. But if you want to do the bid of the United Kingdom, the bid of the Britain, the bid of the zoo itself, those bids, have it in mind that Biafrans know that you want to do this. And if you do it, you lose the value for yourself. Because Finland, we respect Finland. We know how our PM respected Finland. He speaks good of Finland. And at this point, you want to use zoo to dirty yourself because of what promises that zoo will give you. Whatever zoo will give you, our PM, our leader, they will give it to you.
Thank you, Mazi.
The zoo is surviving on the soil of the Biafran.
Thank you, Mazi.
Yes, sir. So we should try to pass this information to the Finnish government and the media. They should know that we are aware. So if they are giving judgment whatever they are doing, They should have it in mind that our minds are out there. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. To next.
Thank you. God bless you.
Those
To
who
next,
can, those who are on X,
those who are
they should go ahead and do the needful.
they should go
But I want
ahead
to assure
and do
you
the needful.
that
But I want to assure you,
President Alex Tube has absolutely nothing to do with this matter. First of all, Alex Tube cannot just wake up and order an arrest of any individual in Finland. It's not like Nigeria.
Sure.
Finland is a developed country where democracy reigns supreme, where rule of law reigns supreme. If there's an allegation of such, level against any individual, it is upon the law enforcement agency to intervene and arrest the person, take that person to the court of competent jurisdiction, and court will hear the case of that person and determine and allow the person the opportunity to defend him or herself. Are you paying attention? So that is an avenue for the whole world to see either the allegation against this person is true or false. It's an opportunity for the whole world to see, and for the person in question to see whether he or she is a criminal or not. So Alex Tube cannot wake up in the morning and order the arrest of anybody in Finland because he's a president. It doesn't work like that. And he cannot give authorization to not to arrest anybody when there is such allegation on that person. It is the matter of the the security agencies to do their job. That is how it works. So I don't like it when people begin to attack the Finnish president Alex Tube as if he's the one pulling the strings. Things are not done that way. And many of you who attack that man live in abroad. You know what democracy is all about. You know the limits of presidents and prime ministers. You all know the limits, unlike here in the zoo. But the problem I have with some of our people in abroad is that when they go to abroad, they will see how they live in abroad. When they want to live, they will live like them. But when they want to do something, they will bring their African mentality and Nigerian mentality. I don't know what they try to gain. I don't know. So please, this matter is not in the hands of Alex Tube. It's in the court of law. And our PM has the right to defend himself. And that is exactly what is going on now at the moment. So he's going to defend himself with evidence and proof. And once he wins the case, which the whole world is expecting him to win, he's a freedom fighter living in a developed country, and the matter will go down the rain and it will become a thing of the past. And that is when Nigeria will how to negotiate, because they have to negotiate. Oh yes, they will negotiate. All right. Mazi Chika, please grab the microphone and talk to Biafrans. Mazi Chika, can you hear me? Mazi Chika, can you hear my voice? Please, if you can hear me, talk to us. Okay, seems like Mazi Chika is not paying attention. Miracle, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please grab the microphone. Miracle, can you hear me?
Yeah,
You're welcome. Please raise your voice, raise your volume.
can you hear me now?
Your voice is very, very down. Can you get closer to your microphone, please?
Close to my phone. I don't know why. Is it coming?
No. It's very, very down. It seems like you are very far away from your microphone.
Moving from
Can you hear me now?
It's better now. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yeah. I thank you so much for this last comment you make. Because it's good you let Biafra know that, so that if it is possible, some people that are attacking Alexander Stubb, they should disease or even go and apologize to that man, because Alexander Stubb, the president of Finland, is also fighting for his own hay. You can remember when General Musa was saying that they finished shedding Simon Ekpa. That is a powerful allegation. And there is no how he will, because he says our prime minister's friend, he will order his release or give order that nobody should arrest him. It's not done like that, especially in the West, outside the world. And then I want to, is it a question or something I wanted to suggest? Is it really possible? Is it possible for our prime minister, because I know that our prime minister have all it takes, the evidence to nail Nigeria on the cross? Yeah, but don't he herself. She don't I know he has all those things. You remember when our prime minister is always saying, post this, send this thing to my email, send this evidence to my email, send all those things. Our prime minister knows what he was doing then. Yeah. It is because of a time like this that he was requesting for those things in those days. But some people didn't know. Yeah. So that is why he can boldly tell you that he is waiting for a time like this. I don't know if Biafran have forgotten that our prime minister was saying sometime in those days that he's waiting for opportunity to nail Nigeria. And this is the very opportunity. So, but my question is that, can it be possible for him to plead with the court or with Finnish government if he can demand that I want this my case to be judged in ICC or taken to the ICC? That is where I want this my case to be heard. If it is possible, I don't know. What do you think about that?
First and foremost, ICC as an international criminal court has its own jurisdiction, which is number one. And this matter is a personal matter. We, Biafran people, know very well that Mazi Simon Ekpa is representing Biafra. He's carrying Biafra. So we see it as Biafran matter, Biafra versus Nigeria, because Mazi Simon Ekpa is representing all of us. So that is what we see it. But in legal terms, is a personal matter. Yeah. When people say, although I don't want to go that side anywhere, let me just leave that side. So this matter is a personal matter in legal terms. So Mazi Simon Ekpa, the jurisdiction of the alleged crime is in Nigeria. But for the fact that the person that was alleged to have committed the crime or that might have committed the crime is living in Finland, it is only Finland that has the jurisdiction to try that person, not International Criminal Court. Moreover, International Criminal Court is a court that usually deal with nations to nations, or maybe a leader of a nation who has committed, crimes against humanity, and United Nations or world powers might arrest that person and decide to try him or her in the ICC. You understand? So it's not a personal matter as this. The only people that has the jurisdiction to try my Simon Ekpa at this very point in time is Finland, not ICC. But by the time Biafra is fully gained independence, we can decide to take Nigeria to ICC for crime against humanity against the Biafran people. You got to go now. So there's no how my Simon Ekpa will request Finland to take his case to ICC. Even, do you know that this case is not even tried in the capital territory of Finland, which is Helsinki? That this matter is returned back to Lahti, which is the only place that has the jurisdiction. These are people that respect democracy. The matter was returned back to Lahti, which is the only place that has jurisdiction to try my Simon, because that is where he resides.
Yeah.
But initially, everybody was thinking that the matter will be tried in Helsinki. You understand now? So they know exactly what they're doing. He himself cannot request the court to take the matter to ICC. But by the time we are going as a nation, we can sue Nigeria government to ICC for crime against humanity. So the government of Nigeria, no matter who is, the president, or we will revisit the case that happened in the past, and the person who was the leader back then, who was leading Nigeria back then, will come and answer for the crime that he committed against the people of Biafra. The likes of what's the name of this man, Yakubu Gowon, we have a case against him. The likes of, if Buhari was still alive, we have a case against him. So these people will come. Even Obasanjo, we have a case against Obasanjo. Ochi massacre happened on Obasanjo. So these people will come and answer for the crime they committed against indigenous people at the International Criminal Court. But for now, the case is still against an individual, which is Masa Mneka, and only Finland has the jurisdiction to try him at the moment.
Yeah, that's okay. I understand what you're saying.
Thank you, Mazi.
It is well.
Thank you. All right. I don't know if any other person has, somebody's writing in my comment section, and this comment has come repeatedly. Please, I only say what I know. I don't say what I don't know, please. Let's continue. I want to show us something before we round up this very broadcast. I want to show us something. I'm going to show us just a screenshot. Sorry. Somebody said in the chat, in the private chat, no educated journalists in the zoo. They believe they're educated, of course. They strongly believe that they're educated. How can you say they are not educated? Oh my goodness. Don't you see how they wear their ties? They believe they're educated. Now, somebody said, this is, I want us to learn something from here, and then we bring it back to the zoo. Now, this is today's headline. I've already seen the video actually, but I'm not going to bring the video to the screen because of some, disturbing image on the video. Now, Austria declares 3 days of mourning after gunmen unalive 9 in school shooting. Austria government has declared 3 days of mourning after gunman unalive 9 children, 9 people in school shooting today, 10th of June 2025. Hey. You see, these are people who know the value of life. Today was a national disaster. You know why I brought this? I said something like this a couple of days ago, not even quite long ago, on a live program like this, where I said in the Western world, if 2 or 3 persons is or are unalived in any incident, that it is a national disaster. President can even visit there. How many of you remember that word I said just a couple of days ago, not even quite long ago? And now, 9 people were shot today in Austria. And government has declared 3 days of mourning. 3 days, a whole 3 good days will be sacrificed to mourn the dead. My people, in the zoo, in the zoo where we live, no less than 120 people are unalive daily, every single day in Nigeria. No less than 120 people are being unalived on a daily basis. But the likes of Channels Television, the likes of TVC, the likes of AIT, the likes of Arise News, all the useless media platforms in the zoo, including NTA, you will never ever see them report. You will never see them talk about it. They will only focus on Biafra, Simon Ekpa, and then Nnamdi Kanu. That's all. Only that. That is a problem. They won't talk about these things. You see people being unalived, and president is storing Anambra. The day President Tinubu, the day Tinubu came to Anambra State, people were being massacred in that same place where he was. People were being massacred in Ebonyi. People were being massacred in Benue. People were being massacred in Jos, Plateau State. People were being massacred in Borno State, while Tinubu was in Anambra State doing campaign with Soludo. Are you paying attention? Today, now, people were massacred. People were massacred in Borno State today. You can't even hear it on a national television. They're not talking about it. Not to talk of giving making an announcement of public holiday just to mourn. How many will you mourn where people are being unalive daily? How many are you going to mourn? These are the problems we are passing through in the zoo. And the only solution, I said only one solution is total disintegration of Nigeria so that everybody goes their separate ways. That's the only solution. Only. The solution is not even to forget about anything they call what do they call that nonsense? Restructuring, state policing, state rule, regional government. Forget those nonsense. It can never ever work in Nigeria because state policing and regional government cannot stop the Fulani to invade people's homes, people's ancestral lands. It cannot stop the incursion of Fulani down to the south. It can't. It can never stop it. It can't stop it. I'm telling you. So my people, you have seen it. Of course, we all pray for Mazi Simon Ekpa's victory tomorrow because his victory is the victory of all Biafrans. Mazi Simon Ekpa's victory tomorrow is the beginning of Biafra exit from the damnable zoological republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. I want you to remember that Nigeria is not prepared for the second phase of our liberation. This is what I want you to know, that the zoo, Fulani, Nigeria government, Musa and his men are not prepared for the second phase of Biafra liberation. They are not prepared for it because they already have a lot of problems at hand. So please, everybody, when you go to bed this night, pray very well for our Prime Minister's victory, because his victory is the victory of all Biafrans, and that is going to usher a straight way, a direct way, a clear road for the negotiation for the exit of the United States of Biafra from the damnable zoological republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. May God bless you for listening. May God bless our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. And may God bless all the Biafrans all over the world, especially those genuine ones. Ndị akafa dị ọcha, ka Chukwu okike abịa ma gọzie alụmụnụ ncha niile, mmaji kwuru mmaji n'afa Chukwu okike abịa ma bi n'eluigwe. Ise. See you tomorrow. We will be live tomorrow to give you the details of the court proceeding as it happens. May God bless you. See you tomorrow. Goodbye for me. From
Cet appartement.
Oh, Nwajana. Ekene m unu niile. By iwepụta onwe unu wee gee ikuku na ntị. Ọ dịghị izi. Advice na mmadụ ka eji aka. Ya nkịta dị egwu. Ọ banyere and ọ gakwara na-aga. So Ụmụajana, ana m ekene unu niile. Ana m ekene unu. Si chi m gọziele m unu. Mmaji na mmaji. Mma asị unu ka chi foo. Ka chi foo. Ka chi foo adịde atọ. Chi m gọziele m unu. Ka ọ dị n'ụtụtụ echi. Mma abịazi ụtụtụ. Go bye bye.